Harvest Hunt combines roguelike with survival horror to make a spine-chilling experience. But should you go out on the hunt? Let's find out. Hey there everybody, my name is Warwick and welcome to Warwick Reviews, where today we will be checking out Harvest Hunt, a spine-chilling roguelike survival horror, and we're going to be checking it out, let you know what I thought about it. But before I start, I do want to say a big shout out to Neon Hive for the review code. I genuinely really appreciate it, and also thank you to you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be making these videos. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please give us a like and subscribe. It really helps out. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. But again, we're going to check out the game, go through little bits and bobs, give you my thoughts and feelings. But without further ado, we will get stuck in. So we start off the game, straight away you're struck by this sun and sort of moon sort of setting over this landscape. Got this like this mask on this pole. It really builds that atmosphere straight away. You've got this title screen. You've got all these bits here. I always like to check the settings with all these games. It's all about accessibility with any type of game, and it's always good to have a little look. And I'm happy to say there's quite a lot of options within the options. So you've got audio, you've got your standard audio, master music, UI, effects and ambience. Got your video. It's got lots of different settings here. So you've got like VSync, frame rate, graphical quality. You've got quite a lot of different settings you can change if you want to. Make it how you want. You've got up to cinematic and as low as low. Seems like it can tailor for a whole range of PCs, which is great. And again, if you want to, you can have it cinematic but change certain effects. So if you want like less shading or shadows or textures, you can custom how you would like. With the game, so this is like user interface and camera. So you got like notifications, sort of prompts and flashing effects, different UI settings. And they do recommend to keep these on, most of these on for the like tutorial part, so to learn about it, but afterwards you can change them to how you want. What is great to see is item flashing effects. I know flashing lights can affect quite a lot of people, so it's good to have that there. You can change that if you want to. And they've always got camera, so you can actually change the FOV and head bob. Again, I know head bob and FOVs can bring a lot of immersion in games, but it's good to have this as a setting because I know some games have it set and sometimes they can be quite extreme. Then you got controls. So I was playing with controller, so I had the controller setting, but you can play with keyboard or mouse. They recommend either one. You get a same experience, and so you've got basic settings there. As far as I know, you couldn't change the button layout that I could see, but you got there, and the options are pretty decent. You know, I think it's pretty good. I've seen better, but I've seen a lot worse. But once you've gone all that, start the game. We've moved to Lunar Nova to escape the plague, only to be cursed and hunted by the vicious devourer. I wish I understood whether we brought this upon ourselves or if this fate was always waiting for us. Each moon, a new warden is chosen to protect Lunar Nova. The whispers grow stronger and stronger. So this basically explains the game. So you are the chosen warden. Basically your job, you basically are like the last thing standing between these nightmarish creatures and your village. So you are tasked to safeguard your village, and you have to face like these nightly terrors. And as you do that, you try to unlock secrets and why these things are happening and bits about the game. So when you start, obviously it's a tutorial, it's explaining how the game works. So you've got this setting here, you've got this really cool UI, which really immerses you in the game. It reminds me of like other games like Inscription, really immerses you and stuff, and it's really clear and it explains the game really well. So like, hey, welcome to your village, Lunar Nova. Lunar Nova is the heart of your journey. You will be returning to here after every encounter with the monster, the devourer. And that's basically what it is. So it basically explains how the game works. Also, it sort of gives you the very basic at the start. It's very much about learning about what's in the game. As you hear, you got one villager is chosen to be the warden each harvest season. So this profile picture is the warden that we're going to be playing for this hunt. And once you're ready to begin, go through the nights and stuff, you begin the night. So you put on this mask. I just love that effect with the mask. So you've got this mask on, you've got this lantern to the left. It explains how the game works. So about movement, about what you need to do. So current objective, collect 25 ambrosia. So, and it explains what it is. So you collect ambrosia, it keeps Lunar Nova alive. You need a specific amount of ambrosia per harvest season to obtain per night. So this is your first role. that's an exit. You can escape if you want, but obviously you haven't done your task yet. So it's your job to collect 25 ambrosia throughout the game and basically survive. So straight away, you're in this like nightmarish world. You don't know what's going on. And I think it's designed that way. Like it sort of gives you the basics, but also it sort of throws you straight in to experience it yourself. And you're looking around, and this art style is like a cell shaded type style. It's like, it looks incredible. It's really striking. And as you see, we're harvesting this ambrosia right here. But as you can tell, there's bones around us, blood around us, and these will become very important later on in the game. So this is very much about exploring, just getting a feel of the game, your controls, and harvesting stuff. And once you do that, you sort of learn a bit more about the game. So you can turn your lantern off and on. Directing the lantern's light towards the devourer will alert it to your presence, but if the lantern is off for too long, your vision will be affected. So you can't just go round and around without the lantern on. You can, but you will start not be able to see anywhere, and it will impact things greatly. So now we've got enough ambrosia. So you now need to visit one of the entry points, which is one we just came from, at the edges of the farmlands, to escape with my resources. So I have to escape. So you can see where the lights are, like the sort of beams of lights coming through. That's where exits are. So I have to make sure that I survive and get to the exit. I'm looking around going, okay, so far so good. Thinking, hang on, this is the first night. Probably going to be kind to me. And it was. We escaped. We got ambrosia. We've got 28. There's plenty up to 200 you could collect, but we got to acquire 28. Well, it's 25. We've got 28. And this is where sort of the game opens up a little bit more. So there is like a card-based system with this. So you collect cards and you can use these cards to your advantage throughout the game. So this one particularly, we got used to slowly restore vigor over the course of 3 minutes. So vigor is your life force, and you can lose that. So this one will slowly restore your vigor over the course of 3 minutes. So if you may get attacked or you're low, you have this and it will slowly increase it over 3 minutes. You have a bit more chance of surviving, basically. And then you go into night 2, and then we get to the next mechanic of the game, which is called whispers. So whispers will affect each night differently. Remember to look through them carefully. So these are randomly generated cards. Be random each game you do, and you can have a look here. So you have a look. So you got blessings, you got curses, and you got like pilgrim badge. You got the devourer's attacks. Deal half damage. So if we get attacked, we're going to get half the attack compared to usual. However, perishables, failure to banish the devourer this night will lead to the loss of 8 ambrosia. And then you got the third one, which is called toxiphasma, which is devourer trails a toxic gas which damages you on touch. So I think this is one that sort of affects both of us. So the gas, I'm able to see the creature where it is, helps me. But if I get too close, then the gas will attack me. So I think you get ones that help me, middle one sort of helps devourer, and then the third one sort of a bit doesn't really help either one. Like there's good and bad things. So like for the devourer's point of view, they got poison around it, which probably isn't ideal because that can be seen, but it can attack me, where having that poison helps me see them. These always change each night, so you have to make sure you keep an eye on them. Then tool types. So you've got tools are crucial items that help you survive the night. They are not just offensive items. Some can provide information or protect you against dangers. Use different tools according to your play style. So what's great about this game straight away, there are many options how to do the game. Your task is get ambrosia, but you can do it in different ways. So you can sneak, you can be really sneaky, or you can go offensive and try to use your wits and your weapons to attack devourer, and then you're free to do whatever. So there's very different ways to play this game, which is, I think, is great. So everyone's got their own style. You can try different things, and there's a lot of trial and error with this as well, as you will definitely see. So you've also got a map, and you can actually, when you've got some cards, you can actually place some stuff at different landmarks. So this with how you want to play it, you can go, okay, I want a blood flask. So it fills up with devourer's blood when in close proximity. Throw the filled flask to cause damage. So this is like an offensive weapon. If I want to use that, I was like, okay, I want to get close to them. If I feel like I'm going to be close to the devourer, I can use this blood flask and then throw it at them and use it to attack them. You've got vigor, elixir. So you've got used to slowly restore vigor over the course of 3 minutes. I spoke about before. So if I feel like that I want to stay hidden and maybe not attack, or even attack, you can have this. So then I can run away and slowly heal up. And monster vein. So place to create a vein points towards the devourer. Ringing its bell will lure the devourer towards it. So this is basically, if I want to sort of bait the devourer into different places of the map, I can use this bell and it helps me with that. So again, more cards open up as you play the game, but as you can see, with there's certain locks, I think it's the levels and stuff you've got. So it's about what you want to play with and how many cards you want. And then you've got other things. You've got hatchet, so you can throw to damage the devourer, which is a very handy thing. So if you want to sort of have a weapon or two, then you help yourself out basically. But at the same time, you've got to think, how am I going to play it this time? So you do that, you sort of go with your build, and then you're back into night 2. So back in, so our goal for today's current objective is acquire an offensive tool from the landmark. So acquired tools can be found scattered around the farmland, the church, the tree, and the windmill. A weak pitchfork is always available but it's not always the best weapon. So this one, again, is a still tutorial, so still learning about the basics. This is more about the combat. So this is where we acquire a tool from a landmark. So this is where I'm trying to be sneaky, looking around. You can sort of lean in, lean out, a bit like Alien Isolation, where you can sort of lean. You can also look through your mask and have like sort of like a night vision type thing, so you can actually see where like landmarks are and stuff. So if you need any help, but again, if you turn the lantern off too long, your vision gets affected. So you make sure you have that on. So you're walking around, still picking up ambrosia as well as you go. Well, I was anyway, but making sure you don't sort of get too much noise, making sure you're not being seen by certain things, making sure you're still alive. So I've got a pitchfork, which the game told me wasn't very good, but at least it's a weapon. So if I do get ambushed, at least I've got something to protect myself. So you got that there, and then I got to one of the landmarks and I found the hatchet. So I felt pretty good. This is where you can throw it, and again, the controls explained. So you hold down for me to trigger it, and then you can press L or hold L to either drop it or unready it, so you're not stuck. Like you can unready it and then you drop it by your side if you want to. It doesn't disappear, you can pick it up again. And then I'm walking around with the axe. Took this moment sort of look around the proper like environment. You can tell like there's different elements in the game. So like with around here is like really blood, res like a lot of blood massacring in it. There's different tools available that I could use. Some of them I don't understand, and these are the types of games you won't understand. They will explain it, but obviously there's a lot of learning about the game as you go. You can tell like the atmosphere is just like, it's incredible. Like it's very chilling, very unnerving. So I was looking around, exploring things a little bit, basically sort of trying to get my bearings right. And then I decided to ring a bell. I was like, you know what? Let's ring the bell. Let's bring the devourer towards us. And there they are. So you've directed your lantern towards the devourer and alerted it to its presence. You can hide by using B to crouch in cornfields, or I use the axe. So there we go. So I just did one of my kind objectives. I damaged the devourer, and now I've got to run away and try to survive. This bit, I will say, is terrifying. In being a first person helps. I got what I needed to get. I needed to get a bit of flesh from the devourer. Got this thing chasing this horrible little like teeth thing. It's really odd, but it's very unnerving. Like you are being chased, and then because you're in first person, it's very quite scary. And so I try to dodge around, and it gets me. So that's what happens when it gets you. You got to press L2, R2, or different keyboard buttons to try to escape, and then thankfully it disappears. I just survived. I was actually near an effigy, so I got very lucky on this one. So I placed a fragment in the effigy, and now I can banish the devourer. So interact with the effigy to banish the devourer. Banishing the devourer provides a lot of ambrosia. So this is where I can actually get rid of the creature in this night. And there we go. And suddenly it's all in grey, looking nice, and I'm done. And now I just got to collect the devourer's mask, which I think I forgot about. There we go. So that's their mask, and there we go. And that was night 2. So doing quite well. So I banished it, and then you get opening more cards, and you collect new strengths and new fortifications, and then you got a bit more lore. So this is what's really cool about the game. So as you survive and do certain things, you can unlock lore. So you unlock lore with devourer, unlock lore with your characters and stuff, and you basically just keep going until you get to the end of this cycle. And again, you got these cards which you can chop and change. And again, like I said, different things happening. Make sure you're aware of it. So now devourer's a bit more roamy, and this is where I start struggling. I was trying to sort of get a bearing, but apparently walking through the blood and the bones made noise, and the devourer heard me. And it's not the best feeling when you've been attacked and being trapped. It can be very, very unnerving. And as I go through, I'm not doing particularly well. I'm having a great time with it, but I'm not doing very well. Trying to still pick up ambrosia, because I think if I'm going to die, at least I can bring something with me. Although I do find out shortly, when the devourer does get me, you don't actually bring anything with you. So you lose everything, but you keep going. So we got defeated on night 3, gained no ambrosia, but we keep getting cards, keep picking up more things, and we keep going. So you've got 2 more nights, still picking up more sort of lore as you go through the game about sort of the environment, what the world is, picking up random cards for the next adventure, struggling really badly in the game. I mean, I was trying to get my bearings and just trying to understand the game and how things work. I did realize the pitchfork is not that good an offensive weapon, just to let you know. So you go through these nights, and depending on if you survive or not, so as you can see, I got defeated on the 3rd night, unlocked a new card, but you also get an envelope saying failed to uncover writings by Antonia, which means I did not unlock any lore. I unlocked some lore of the land, but not of my character. So what you want to do, you want to be able to survive to unlock the secrets of what's going on. And if you don't, you just keep going, and it's all like sort of roguelike. So there's different land, different things happening in the world. It's like I think it's like areas very similar. Things change slightly, like environmentally stuff. But then you bring into new wardens. So we've got Martin now. So Martin is now being chosen because first character did do very well. And then you keep looping breaking up cars, trying to figure out how to do things, doing your objectives. And I had a really, really good time with this game. It's very different. It's very unique. I think they've got a really good balance between roguelike and survival horror. And I feel like with the card elements and sort of the lore sort of building, I think they've done a really good job with balancing that sort of thing, where I think fans either roguelike and or horror will get a lot out of it. It's like those points, especially being chased, very terrifying, very terrifying. And I very much feel like these types of games, they are designed for you, similar to like Hades and other games like that, with Inscription, where you almost are required to fail, because by failing, you learn. So maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about losing the last 3 nights, but I feel like you learn a lot about the game. You learn about the style and how you want to play it. So next time I go back into the game, I'll probably try to be a bit more stealthy and take my time with it, where others might go, you know what, I'm going to try to get some axes. I'm going to put them around near me. I'm going to go full offensive and hopefully go for the best. But I really, really had a good time. It's something that's really different out there, and I think a lot of people should try it out. You know, if you like your survival horror, got that in spades. If you like your roguelike experience, you've got that in spades as well. And if you like both, then I don't think you can do anything better, really. But yeah, I hope you check it out. I think it's very much worth everyone's time. It's always good to check out these indie games and these developers trying new things. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Warwick, Warwick Reviews. I mainly stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Warwick. And you also find my videos on YouTube and find socials everywhere. Obviously, a massive shout out to Neon High for the review code. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please take care and don't get lost on the hunt. Bye-bye.